Hi all, I am Roland and I am the extreme digital nomad. I write code, always and everywhere. Welcome to this episode of the Augmented Software Engineering Podcast. Please read the blog post that is in the description to understand what this is all about. In the last episode, we reviewed and polished the code that was generated. This time around, we want to add more complex tests. Let's get started. One critical test case is to make sure that the codes for inputs with the same frequencies are correct. Let's select the comment, hit Ctrl-L, and ask to implement the test. While the test is running, we can take a quick look at the code. This is very interesting because the code that is suggested by the AI is not checking for specific codes, but is checking on the properties of the codes that we get back. That's very clever. Fantastic. We now have a test case to verify that, even with a set of inputs that have the same frequencies, we are getting the correct set of codes. Let's tackle the next test. Let's take it one step further. Let's make sure the code is really doing what we expect it to do. For that, we are testing a text with 4 characters and check that the codes we will get back are exactly what we are expecting. And surprise, the test is failing. Why is that? When we look at the codes we get back, we realize that structurally they are correct, but they are not assigned in the right order. Remember, we talked about this. This is an edge case where the order of node processing with the same frequency depends on how the internal list that is used for sorting is implemented. For the Huffman codes to work, this is not required, but to make sure the tests work, it would be nice if what we get back does not depend on the implementation of the internal list. We know that we have the right test. Let's drive this from the test and just ask the AI to make the test pass by changing the implementation of the Huffman coding. We can see that the code was changed to sort by frequency and then by symbol. That looks good. Let's run the tests. Great. The test is passing now. Let's run the test from the test view. Fantastic. Now the codes get generated in a predictable way. But as always, let's do a quick review and polish step. The one thing that jumps out for me is that for the sorting to work on arbitrary symbols of type T, the symbol gets converted to a string. That is a hacky way to solve the problem. The more correct way is to clearly articulate in the code and with the code that all types T need to support ordering and need to be orderable. Fantastic, this compiles now. With that, we are done. That's it for today. We now have a good, full implementation of the Huffman coding to solve P50 of the 99 Scala problems. There is a lot to reflect on and to think about. Let's pause for a second and gather our thoughts. Let's use the next episode to talk about what we have learned. See you next time. And do not forget to like and subscribe.